we want to reach the bliss sheath. So the solution is given. What is it? Just chant Om, Omkara. Because this is also called Pranava, also called Tara Mantra. Tara means it is one which liberates us. And also called Trayakshari. That means because there are 3 letters in that. So Omkara, Pranava, Trayakshari, Tara, they are all referred to Om. And this is the most powerful mantra. That's why this is called Mahapranava mantra, because there are other pranavas like Shakti Pranava, Shrim, Hrim, Klim, Aim, Soha, they are. But Om is called Mahapranava mantra, just chanting which you will be liberated. That's why it's called Om Ityek Aksharam, just that one letter. Because even Patanjali, the man who propounded the Yoga Sutras, he says, Tatsya Vachaka Pranavaha. I am indicating that is Brahman, that is Sathya Vachaka, that is, what is that? Pranava. So that is the importance this Pranava is get. And I think we should remember that when we sing Arati, we every time say Omkara Rupa Vasai. So just we say he is Omkara Rupa and Shabda Brahma, Nada Brahma. So this is all the indicating of the attributeless, formless, nameless Brahman, Nirguna Nirakara, who is beyond time, space, and causation. And also you see when Prashant Nilayam and most of the Sai meetings, whenever we have a retreat or a conference, Swami introduced this thing, the first thing before Suprabhatam, we chant Omkaram 21 times. 21 times. Why do we chant Omkaram 21 times? We should know the significance. Swami explained very clearly. Because first 5 is we are going to clean our karmendriyas. Vak, Pani, Pada, Payu, Upastha. That means our hands, feet, and speech, and then organs of regeneration and excretion. That is called karmendriyas. So once each one Om you say, that gets cleansed up. Next, 5 Om, it will cleanse up our Jnanendriyas. That is Rupa, Shabda, Sparsha, Rasa, Gandha. That means your eyesight, Rupa, Shabda, hearing. So ears will. That is why you will be able to see well. You do the Omkar, that will cleanse up your cataracts, will be gone, and hearing, no more hearing aids and this thing. Rupa, Shabda, Sparsha, touch, tactile, and Sparsha, Rasa, the taste, because some people lose the taste. So it will. So this is Rupa, Shabda, Sparsha, Rasa, Gandha, smells. All those, so these Jnanendriyas. So they will get purified with Omkar. Then they will next cleanse the 5 pranas, Pancha pranas. Prana, Apana, Vyana, Udana. These are the 5 major pranas. There are Upa pranas are there, Kuma, Dhanunjaya. But main thing is prana, which is the force, vital force in your lungs, in your stomach, intestines, in your chest, and which is all pervading all over. These are all called 5 major pranas, Pancha pranas. So it will clean the up. And then finally, it will clean up your Pancha koshas, what we talked about. Annamaya, Pranamaya, food sheath, vital air sheath, Manomaya, mind sheath, and Vijnanamaya, intellect sheath, so that finally you reach the bliss sheath. So that is why we chant 21. So everything we need to know the significance. That is why even in our any meetings, that is in the morning when we do, even our any satsangs we do, first we start with 3 Oms. Om, Om, Om. The reason is, first Om, Swami beautifully said, first Om, then which you are calling God. Next, Om, you sit here with me. And next Om, be in my presence. So just bless me. So like that, you need to relate, then you enjoy that. Because Om is so powerful. All the scriptures say that. And it is universal. Om is, Shakti is considered Divine Mother as the highest. You don't talk about this, they say, that's why I told joke one time, there was a dispute between a Shaktiya and a Vaishnavites, these Krishna conscious people. Hey, Krishna is the only one who will take you across the river of devotion, not Divine Mother. Yeah, you're right. She won't take the boat, ride the boat. She won't do that. She employed Krishna to do that job. So like that, each one does that. So they each one thinks Shakti worship. Shakti is the greatest. Krishna worshippers Krishna, or Vaishnavas, Shiva thinks Shiva. But everybody one thing common. Om. Say Namashya, Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Shrimatre Namaha. So everything, this Om is such a powerful, it gives the energy to every mantra. That's why Om is so powerful, Pranava mantra. So actually Mandukya, not Mundaka Upanishad gives a beautiful, Om is comparable to a bow, and the self, Atma, is comparable to the arrow, and the target is Brahman. So with the help of Pranava and the self, you are hitting the target of Brahman so that we realize the Brahman. So that is the important. And in this, you need to know this whole Mandukya. There are so many Upanishads which talk about it. Taittiriya Upanishads has Pranava Upasana, and Chandogya Upanishads talks about it. Kathopanishads talks about it. Mundaka Upanishad, I just gave the example. Mandukya Upanishad, the whole Upanishad is about that. That is a shlokas are only 12, but the commentary written by the great man is called Gaudapada. He is the like a grand sayer of Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya Guru is Govindapada. His Guru is Gaudapada. He is the one who wrote a beautiful thing, very extensive, called Mandukya Karika. This is the thing on the Pranava Upasana. There it talks about, just briefly I will mention, Swami's talked about it. Om has 3 letters. A, O, Ma. A, U, Ma. So these are the things, and the 4th is silence. Between each Om, you do that quiet. That is called Turiya stage. So A represents for wakeful stage, U for the dream stage, Ma for the deep sleep stage. And the silence after that, Om, that silence is important. That is the Turiya, that is the ultimate Brahman. So when you go through the wakeful and then dreaming and sleeping stage, you reach the ultimate Turiya, that is the stage of bliss. And also this Avuma represents also A for the Brahma, U for Vishnu, and Ma for Shiva. And there are different, another explanation is also in these Upanishads. Avuma represents three Vedas, Rug, Yajus, Sama Veda. So, and also the 3 lokas, Bhur, Bhuva, Suvaloka, that is this earth, and this Antariksha, and Suvarloka, that is the heavenly stage. So this is the practice of constantly do that. Lord Krishna, please verify the chapter 8, which is Akshara Parabrahma Yoga, Sloka 13. He says, Om Ityekaksharam, that he says, that means is the Brahman. Manusmara Vyaharan, one who goes on thinking about it and says is, at the end of his life, like your last breath, you are thinking of Om because of your constant practice. Because this Omkara, when people say it loud, people may, like in the old days in the history, it is there in Puranas, that these saints were doing Om, these demons, they don't like, they disturb them, throw this, blood, disturb them, blood. And so they didn't know what to do. Then they didn't stop saying it loud. They did it inner, manasika japam. Because japam you can do loudly, vachika japam. Then becomes upamsu japam. Just you move the lips. That is upam. Nobody hears, but you are doing it. And then next stage is manas japam. Just you see inside. Each one is 100 times more powerful. More than vachika japa, upamsu japa, more than upamsu manasika. And finally a stage will come without a knowledge, always, even you are sleeping, that is called ajapa japa. Naturally, it goes on. If you reach that stage in the last breath, you are thinking of the woe, he assures you won't be again born in the cycle of birth and death. That is the power of this thing, because whole Vedas, they say they have originated from Brahman. And that Brahman is nothing but Omkara. So there is, whenever people say Om, it's nothing but Brahman when you talk. And Atma, so whenever we chant of Om, we should have that feeling, hey, I'm in touch with that ultimate Brahman. Because Swami says, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, even also they have beginning and end, these people with no name and form. But this is the one which is beyond, is ultimate, all-pervading consciousness, Chetana. So just you go on contemplating it, we merge with that. So that is the power of the Brahman. So some people just say any mantra, if you want to have significance, you need to add Om to that. So then it gives the potency, like Swami says, like a shooting bullet. And actually another time Swami cutely said, we all, those days, not nowadays, we have these iPhones, the messages and WhatsApp. But those days they used to call PP call and the other call. That means you put a call to somebody, but you call in India, number call and people, just you call the number, that number call, it goes. And then PP call means only that person, when he picks, they will charge you, just only, right? Some of you might remember PP, person call. Swami says Aumkar is like that. Just you are Om, that means you are person to person, you are calling. There's a direct phone call to God. So like one is invited, just you are when you say Om, you're directly phone call, you are connecting to God, your one-to-one connection to God. That is the power of Om.